Somebody that aim trains is training their mouse control. In a way, having aim training called aim training is a little silly because you're not, at least in my opinion, because you're not training your aim, you're training your mouse control. What you would call an aim trainer other than aim trainer, I don't know. I have no idea. So the example I give here is if you take an aim trainer and a non-aim trainer and they both play Battlefield for the first time, and they're both, let's say they're friends who play Counter-Strike, the aim trainer will perform better and he will get better at the game faster than the non-aim trainer. This is because of mouse control. Mouse control sets us up with a safety net for movement mechanics that aren't usual to what we're seeing in the game. So for example, the Counter-Strike player that doesn't aim train, he's constantly only seeing horizontal gameplay. A person is moving left and right, maybe sometimes they jump to do something stupid, whatever. Whereas the aim trainer, because he's training his mouse control, he knows how to react to things outside of that, and he does it regularly. So he knows what to do in response to, say, the very abnormal Battlefield player that sprints and jumps around a corner and starts spraying him. He'll know how to react to that with his hand. The non-aim trainer will not. So think of mouse control. Basically what I'm saying is think of mouse control as a base reinforcement of your aim and overall mechanical skill in any FPS game. So this kind of gets us into what are the different aim styles? What do you mean by certain games being translatable and certain ones not? So each aim style has a list of games that heavily correlate to it. Over here on the left, we have the monkey, which is switching. This is basically the idea of switching between targets quickly. And we have games like Battlefield and Call of Duty. They're heavily switch-based because you have multiple enemies running at you oftentimes, but they die quick enough that it's more important to be really good at switching precisely than to excel in tracking or excel in click timing. There is click timing, there is tracking. You'll see how these kind of all mold together overall once you look at it from that lens, but we're kind of just breaking it down right now. Click timing, we have the turtle. We have games like Counter-Strike and Valorant. Counter-Strike and Valorant are very heavily based on clicking at the right time. Somebody comes around the corner, click their head. If you don't hit that very precise, immediate click, oftentimes you lose the fight. It's over. So it's very, very important to be good at click timing and not so much switching, and definitely not tracking. There are situations where you got to track, but it's very minimal compared to click timing. Last but not least, we have the frog, which is tracking, and we have games like Apex Legends and Quake. They belong in tracking because it takes a lot longer to kill an enemy. Oftentimes you have to track them for seconds, whereas in the other ones you don't have to track nearly as long, so it's primarily tracking focused. So once it's broken down like this, you can see how when an aim trainer is day in and day out training, instead of just Counter-Strike, just Battlefield, or just Quake, they're training a discipline that universally applies to all the games within that aspect. So an aim trainer is training their switching, click timing, and tracking on a daily basis, making it so they're more well attuned and accustomed to different aim styles no matter the FPS game that they're playing, which is why you get people like Riley CS where they excel at multiple games at once regardless of their past accomplishments that have to do with pro gaming or whatever else. To bundle everything together and make it more coherent, aim training serves as a supporting foundation for our overall FPS game skill. If we solely aim train but don't play the game that we want to get better at, we'll be really good at aiming, but we won't be great at the game. We'll be good, but we won't be great. We have to play the games that we want to get better at no matter what. On the other hand, if we play the game we like a lot and we want to get great at it, we can. But mouse control or aim training can serve as a really great supporting foundation to help us excel in our mechanical aspects. This video serves as an introduction to various game mechanics and just overall game theory or game skill theory that I'd like to get into and create a whole series on. I guess we could consider this like some sort of jank intro, As always, thank you for watching. See you in the next one.